Sergio Romo, World Series reliever for the San Francisco Giants. All guests on 95.7 The Game appear on the River Islands guest line. Isn't it time for you to discover the islands, River Islands, and Lathrop? Let's welcome in Sergio Garcia. Sergio Romo. We're not having a golfer. Although, you know what? Here's how I'm getting out of it. You were at the golf course yesterday, Sergio. My bad. How'd you hit him? You know what? I'm glad. It's good we have Sergio Romo and not somebody else.
That was great.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, buddy.
Fantastic. Oh, no, dude, thank you for that. That's amazing. I've been trying to channel my inner Sergio Garcia lately. I've been trying to learn how to do this golf thing, so I guess it's appropriate to a certain extent.
All right, Guru, you started. I blew it. Go ahead.
Serge, real quick, man, because my partner wasn't out there when I saw you yesterday at Stone Creek. You can tell the people, and you won't hurt my feelings, just a letter grade on the first swing you saw from your boy, man.
A letter grade?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Can I just get one of those letters like progressing, like a P?
I said, wow. Hey, that'll do. That'll do, baby.
No, I was sitting there, and I was really happy to see you and Cassie out there and whatnot, and having been able to chat with you guys as well. It was really awesome to see for the second year in a row now, right?
Yeah.
You're out there, taking this first swing, the inaugural tee off, which was pretty sweet. It was really cool, too, on how everyone was excited to see you and wanted to have a second to chat with you, too. So what a great event it really was yesterday that the Agape put together.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming out.
Awesome.
Sergio Romo joining us on 95.7 The Game. Hey, let me ask you this to start out. The Giants 13-15, but they're playing a little bit better over the last 2 or 3 series. And the one thing I was thinking about is, obviously all eyes were on Tony Vitello the first few weeks of the season, but I feel like at this point when we're talking about the Giants and maybe some of the challenges they have, like we're not really talking about Tony Vitello right now. It feels like, we've kind of settled into baseball play as, what may get the Giants on a better track. But it doesn't seem like Vitello is a lightning rod at all right now.
I'll venture to say that coming into the season, I didn't think the difference on their success was going to be on Vitello. I think it's just going to be more on the players, just being out there, going out there and doing their thing and finding a way to be day in and day out consistent big leaguers and productive big leaguers. And I think something that what Tony's done, he hasn't necessarily come in here and been the the utmost spark plug in terms of like the fiery and the attitude and all that. At least up to this point. And what I've noticed though is, and I want to give him some leeway on that as well, is that there's also a feel out period for him, a period for him to feel out the league and, give himself, figure out who he's going to be here as a manager in the big leagues. And I think he's starting to open up a little bit more. And, he even got ejected once already this season. So he's trying to, I still feel to feel out the league. And I think he's doing a really good job. I've been in there a few times this season, in and out of the clubhouse, and being able to chat with him and seeing how all the guys react to him or interact with him. I'm sorry. And dude, they get along really, really well. Like there's so many like bro jokes, you know what I mean? Like little bro moments where they, they're getting together and they're bonding. And I do see the people around Tony as well. If it be from Tingler to Wonders to Boach has been in there, Dusty's been in there. Having all these Wotus is in there, like just on how everybody interacts with Tony. Like he's definitely a well-respected person there, and I do think he's doing a solid job, especially now too, where you can see that this team is starting to gel a little bit. There still may be a couple bumps in there, blips in there. Hauser's outing the other night. How about Molly's, outing against the Dodgers and this homestand? I mean, in general, like it was a real well-rounded two series, winning ball clubs right there, right? So like they went out there and they were able to beat two good ball clubs who were coming in here playing well too. So Tony's not the issue, that's for sure.
No doubt. Serge, let me ask you, because I got to be honest with you, and Steiny can back me up here. I've been hard on Jung Ho Lee, and, you can't do nothing the season he got injured. But the Giants entered Sunday's game with a 248 on-base percentage from the leadoff position. That's the lowest in Major League Baseball. Now, Sunday, I see Jung Ho Lee get 4 hits. Serge, he's going the other way. How big of a deal is it? Because we had you on before the season started, and I said, I wish he could solidify that leadoff position. What have you seen him do different, and do you think he could stay at the leadoff?
I do feel he can stay at the leadoff position, and I think those numbers, having the lowest on-base percentage from the leadoff spot, I mean, that has to do with the type of leadoff hitter that we've had the majority of the year, with Adames. And Adames is more of a slugger, and he's going to go out there and he's not going to draw a ton of walks. I mean, he can, and he has, but he's not going to, his goal in the leadoff spot, or usually when he goes in the batter's box, it's not necessarily to just get on base. It's the slug, it's the drive and run, hit for some power. So I think that has some kind of implication on why they are, how you guys just said they're at the bottom of that from the leadoff position. And I do Jung Ho has more of a leadoff approach and leadoff style of batting, because he is hit before slug, and the one thing that as you noted, he has been doing very, very well. He just did very well this last homestand, especially, is he has been going the other way. He has been hitting balls up the middle. And then when he's able to get into a position where he can put a more aggressive swing, like he did in that first at bat in the ball game a couple of days ago, he drove that ball in the gap for a triple, and it was the pitch that he was able to get out in front of, but it was the only real swing that whole game or the whole homestand that he took that was really big and like it was for power. You know what I'm saying? And he's just now gone to the same type of thing that has made him gain so much respect as a hitter is his hand-eye coordination, his bat-to-ball skills, and with the shorter, more compact swing, taking what the pitchers have been giving him, especially when they're trying to show him in just to get him to go away, get him out away. He's now just putting back the ball with a shorter, compact swing, quicker to the ball, and he's just driving the ball the other way, which is really awesome to see because he's a guy that once he gets going, if we saw last year, I mean, his first month and a half of the season was phenomenal as well. So I just hope that this is something that he can continue to build off of and continue to do, because if this is the identity of Jung Ho Lee, well, this is a really solid Jung Ho Lee.
Sergio Romo joining us on 95.7 The Game, World Series reliever for the San Francisco Giants, joining us on 95.7 The Game. Sergio, I know the game's changed obviously over the last couple decades, but I'm looking at some stats right now, and the Giants right now are last in homers and last in walks. I mean, how do you overcome that in this day and age of baseball? And is it just maybe who they are, or is that something they can balance out over the course of a season?
Well, something that Buster has been trying to establish since he got into his position that he's in now is the ability to put the ball in play consistently. And at the beginning of the season, it almost seemed that the swings were really big and they were behind and missing a lot of fastballs. And I think Devers is kind of still going through that a little bit, but he's also shown that he can shorten up the swing and put the bat to the ball, start driving the ball to all parts of the ballpark. And I think that's what everybody on this team is doing. Can it be more? Is it more a sense of this is, maybe just who they are? Well, I think this is just the style of baseball that they can play and they can be successful in. They know that, as we all saw during this homestand, especially the games against Miami, they are able to put hits back to back to back to back, consecutive hits. and just keep get rallies going and keep the train moving along. And I do feel that that's the type of ball that Buster wants to play, with the occasional homer here and there, which is good to see because it is electrifying, with the energy in the stadium against the crowd and there to hit home runs. But I do feel that at times home runs are rally killers, so I think they would rather just keep the rally going and, keep getting hits and everybody feed into it and everybody buying into it. It's where the whole dugout, the whole clubhouse, the whole vibe of the team is on a high, on a positive, and they can just continue to ride that together, not trying to do too much and staying within themselves, because when they put back the ball, like, these guys are pretty good, their team batting average isn't, it's at the very least at the top half of the league. And you're looking at, once they get guys on base and they continue to put the ball in play, they're pretty good, even though they've had some struggles early on with double play ball.
Serge, you do it on TV. You're doing it now. You break the game down. You pitched in high leverage situations, and I'm one of Devers' biggest fans. And I know it's almost 30 games, but you touched on it. Batting .216, 2 homers. But what do you see with him not catching up to the fastball, Serge? I'm no batting coach, but that's concerning me because, to the big boppers, when you do that to guys like Devers in the past, you're going to pay. Are you at all concerned about him catching up with the fastballs like I am a little bit?
Well, I do feel that Devers has always been a power swinger, or obviously a power hitter, right? But he's always had those like big swings, and I do feel that with everybody in the league now, the average velocity on a four-seam fastball now is like right around 95, 96. Like, the average is 95. Are you kidding me? Guys are being able to touch 97 to 100 more often. You see more guys that are doing that. And, they've kind of seemed to be really confident and find somewhat of a hole in Devers' swing with the fastball at the top of the zone, especially closer to his hands. It's just not allowing him to get fully extended. And when he is, the bat is dragging a little bit. And that little inch of those little inches or centimeters, however length type of metric you want to put on it, it's just beating him to the punch. And he's also put some really good swings on these pitches. And although they have gotten past him, you see his reactions at times thinking like, man, how did I miss it?
Yeah.
Like no shot. Right. And that's a testament to him understanding who he is and what he knows he can do and what's been successful for him in the past. But again, everybody's throwing harder these days, and these fastballs, they don't just take 95 to 100 on the radar gun. No, in the batter's box, they got a lot of life, and they're jumping at you. You know what I'm saying? So they almost seem like they're harder than what the velocity says on the radar gun. But I do feel that maybe in a sense he doesn't have to swing so hard, or have such a big swing, because I do feel that he's so strong, and once he does put solid contact on the ball, we've seen the results where they may not be going out of the ballpark right now, but he's going opposite field into the gap, one hop in the fence, and he's like stand-up doubles, and it's impressive to watch him when he does that. And I do feel that maybe in a sense, to get some slower pitch offerings, maybe he could shorten up for a little bit, make that kind of adjustment. And he's shown that if he can get the ball in the air with his strength, the ball's going to go. He's done that throughout his whole career. So I do feel in a sense, maybe for now, the adjustment on his behalf could maybe just shorten up and just put the ball in play and go gap to gap, because if he does that, regardless in this lineup with guys on base, because he has been coming on, he's coming at the bat with guys on base, and he's been leaving guys on base. So you sit there, you're like, well, put the ball in play and gap to gap. That's going to play in his ballpark, especially on the team that just needs to, the next guy to keep the ball rolling, to keep the train moving along, rallies and sustaining rallies and whatnot.
Serge, when I look at the pitching matchups and I see Ray, Webb, and Roop, and Roop's been incredible, I'm like, okay, they got action. But what are you making of Molly and Hauser at the back end of the rotation?
I do feel that Molly with his outing the other day, I do feel that he came in with a little extra fiery, a little more, how do you say, just pissed off, and was just kind of decided that enough's enough. He's had success in the past, especially when healthy. He's been proven to be himself already through his work. He's already proven to be a consistent big leaguer. But the only issue is been able to stay healthy, right? So now that he's healthy and he feels strong, and now he's not getting the same successes, I do feel that mentally and emotionally, he just decided that enough's enough. And I was really pleased to see not just the results of what he did against the Dodgers, but the way he went about it. He seemed very solid and very firm on the way he was going to attack them. He was very convicted with his pitches, and he never seemed to step off the gas pedal. Even when he got into trouble, he was able to pitch himself out of trouble, got the ground balls when he needed, got strikeouts when he needed them, and then the defense played phenomenal behind him. So the confidence was really, really high, and I do feel that we might see Molly just kind of take off from here a little bit, or at least find some sense of consistent success. And I do think Hauser, I do feel that in a sense, he might be trying to just do too much right now. And I do feel that, he's been a guy who's relied heavily on his fastball, but right now his fastball is hitting 93, 94, when before he was hitting 5, 96, and with a little bit more life as well. But for him, too, is getting over his breaking ball, his off speed, his secondary offerings over the plate for strikes early on in the counts, as opposed to trying to rely on them to get outs and maybe, in a sense, flip the script a little bit and pitch a little bit backwards. Because I do feel that the league is kind of the book on him is not small by no means, especially healthy. He's a guy who relies heavily on the fastball, and when they go in there and they eliminate that pitch, and then what do you have now to complement that successful fastball that you had, or that you still have, but if the fastball is not the primary successful, they were setting up the other pitches, then you're going to have to find a way to make the fastball to continue to be, useful, and flip the script a little bit. Use the secondary offerings to get ahead, and maybe, then use the fastball as a put away. And he kind of did that at times during his last outing, but you just look at how it really went for him. He doesn't seem to be fully convicted with everything, and I'm not trying to take away, because I know he's trying, and I know he's going out there and he's giving it what he has to those particular days, but maybe in a sense in life just isn't as sharp right now, so it's not cutting and getting the results that he's looking for.
Sergio, if anybody would have seen your swing yesterday, they might have gotten you confused with Sergio Garcia, but I apologize at the beginning for foot and mouth, man. My bad.
Oh, no, you guys are good. I tell you what, I've been really confident with my golf swing lately, especially with the fact that I put in work. You know what I'm saying? This it's the one competitive thing that I have, and it's the one thing that I have goals in, right?
Oh.
So I'm able to set goals. I'm not trying to go pro and do all that. No, but I would like to get the handicap down to a certain level.
What is it now?
I was just about to ask. Yeah.
I'm floating around a 9 right now.
Okay.
And after playing for 3.5 years, I'm pretty proud of myself.
That's pretty good, man.
What we got?
No, that's really good for 9 and 3.5 years. Man, that's an excellent start, my friend. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, man. Really appreciate you, and hopefully we can catch up with you down the line.
Hey, Guru, we got to play, though.
Yes.
We got to get you out. I got to see more than one.
Okay.
One swing out of you, but I want to see more than that. So we got to link up. We got to go have ourselves a nice day on the course sometime.
Hey, it's done. Steiny took me out for real quick, my first 18, and he's left me. He ain't came back. So, yeah, we're going to make it happen, my friend.
Oh, let's get him out there, too. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, over-under is you'll be able to put up with him for 4 holes. 4 holes over-under.
No, hey, I got energy to match
there
the energy.
There you go, baby.
And I got the positivity. And if we want to talk sports, we want to get into these little debates, hey, man, I don't back down either.
I love it.
Sounds good.
Hey, let's do it.
All right, I'm going to hit you up, baby.
All right. Hey, Serge, thanks so much for joining us, and really appreciate you, man.
Dude, that's what's up, fellas. You guys have a good one.